Love 15.
Kia Arena almost full. People camped up pretty early here to make sure that they got their seat for the day.
The junior career of Anisimova.
15 on.
She won the 2017 US Open girls singles title, made the final at the French Open as well as a junior, and then quickly made that transition onto the WTA Tour. Rose to prominence at that 2018 Indian Wells Open. Scored her first top 10 victory at the age of 16 against Petra Kvitova. Certainly not an easy transition to make, but some players just do it so easily.
Yeah, there's no timeline on it anymore, though. We're seeing different pathways to get to the top of the game. And even in Amanda's case, the fact that she felt that she could take time off after being on the tour at such a young age, so full on. She was so encouraged, Amanda, by the response to that as well.
40.
So often you don't really know what the other players in the locker room are going through. And just the fact that she was open about it.
So an early break for Emma Raducanu. She leads 1-love.
First game.
Came out super intense in her first round, Emma Raducanu. Always looking to be vocal out there to show her presence. But let's see what happens with the serve here.
As you noted, she hit a number of double faults. Was it
15 double faults in the first round. Was struggling to keep that first serve percentage up as well, but it was more the change in the motion. As we look at the win predictor, as expected, fairly even. The changes in her motion from midway through last year, and when I spoke to her after the match, she was like, I'm not really even sure what I did. I'm not sure what happened.
Love 15.
And it initially started in the first round as an issue with the sun, because she was trying to change her ball toss to adjust. The sun was right above the court, and then I think things just escalated from there. Although she's missed the fourth shot of the rally there, the difficulty for the second serve of Raducanu today is that she knows Anisimova is going to be inside the baseline, taking them on.
Yeah, that return there off the racket of Anisimova, so deep in the court.
15-30.
Returning there.
15-40.
Anisimova looking to break straight back here.
Anisimova.
2 breaks of serve in this first set. And we're at 1-1.
1 game.
Well, although their serving games are in general pretty consistent, you've got to say they probably prefer the return, especially Emma, given what happened in the first round. And they've got such a clean strike on that one. Want to be inside the court. And for me, Anisimova's backhand is by far her better side. It's such a clean strike. She gets just perfect rotation on the ball, leans into the shot, whereas the forehand can get quite stiff. As we saw there, it can fly off the racket.
Looking to redirect that ball down the line. Just missing the fairway long at the moment. Maybe just trying to find a bit of range. Already notching up 5 unforced errors, Anisimova.
Yeah, they're both just struggling to find their range.
15-30.
And because both of them want to play so aggressive, I think it's quite tough in these early few games to figure out how little margin to go for, how much to press, and it just looks like maybe over-pressing at times for both.
Let for service.
Nice change up off that second serve.
Pretty big, wasn't it?
Yeah, just getting Raducanu really off balance.
40-30.
She expected the absolute cannon out wide.
It's an opportunity to take a lead in this set. Anisimova. And she does just that. Anisimova leads 2-1 in this first set.
Anisimova leads 2 games to 1.
We spoke about Emma's preparation leading into this Australian Open. Was due to play Auckland. However, had to withdraw due to a back injury. So her first round match was her first match of this season. On the other hand, Amanda Anisimova played in Auckland and in Hobart, so she's got a few more matches under her belt. So crucial just to have a little bit of that match confidence and an understanding of how your game and body is tracking early on in this season. So let's have a look at Amanda sitting on top of her seat, just getting it before. Just getting a little bit of extra shade. Women's singles second round here on Kia Arena. We've had 2 early breaks of serve. Emma Raducanu looking to get a hold here in this first set. Oh, wow. Showing great racket speed she can get off that forehand side, and Anisimova. Maybe just not enough off that serve. Sitting right in the hitting zone there.
It's a really well-constructed point. And the opener there to be the first one to go for the line. There's the gorgeous backhand.
I mean, just the way that she sets up for it. It just makes her look like she has so much time.
Yeah, I just feel like on the backhand side, it's an earlier take back as well compared to her forehand, so she never looks rushed on it. And when you're in position early, then you've got the shoulder turn, and then you can disguise the shot. You don't know if that last one's going cross court or line.
Oh, another one.
15-14.
Committing to that return beautifully, and with that, she has 2 break points again.
Deuce.
Well played. Just really hugs that baseline.
Advantage, Anisimova.
In Anisimova's first match, she came forward 16 times, was successful 11 of those, but just the fact that she's willing to take control of the net, close down the point, adds another element to her game. Coach of Emma Raducanu. Two big serves for Emma Raducanu. Always helps to get a few of those free points.
Deuce.
A huge difference with Raducanu's serve, the fact that it's holding up in such a pressure-filled game.
Looking to get that first strike, especially off the return, Anisimova, and just watching where that ball lands on that return is so deep in the court, giving that shorter response and allowing her to move in and dictate the play.
Oh, she's gone for it.
Advantage, Anisimova.
Right time.
Well, you know, it's early doors. I feel like if you're confident enough to go for it, why not? If you just roll it in, chances are Anisimova's going to crack one at your feet anyway.
She does well there, Raducanu.
Yeah, and I think because even though she's missed the previous second serve, she's committing to it, which is a big difference from what we saw a few days ago. So that's clearly what the plan is between her and her coach, Nick Cavaday.
Not much you can do there. I mean, it wasn't a bad serve, but really not enough pace on it. Look at that beautiful strike. So break point number 5 now for Anisimova. She manages to break again. Some solid returning. And Amanda Anisimova leads 3-1 in this first set.
3 games to 1.
Yeah, coach Rick Vlieshauer's in the vest there, and then the fitness trainer in the hat, Rob Brandsma, very happy with that. It was just that backhand cross court. It had so much width on it. And then the following forehand doesn't even have to be that good.
Number 15.
Looks so comfortable when she moves forward too. So striking beautifully off the baseline, as well as when she moves forward. Anisimova, so crucial for Raducanu to try and keep that ball deep. Easier said than done though.
Actually had to start the point over again, and she backtracked.
30-15.
She really swings freely, doesn't she?
Yeah, and it's a bit more of a continental grip on the forehand side, so she needs a bit more time, but when she sets up for it and loads with enough space, to commit to the swing. It's pretty lethal. And she's worked so much on her movement, Anisimova.
And 40-15.
There you go, forehand winners 7 so far in this first set.
And 40-13. Deuce.
Maybe a little bit of pressure there from Raducanu, especially off that last return, off that backhand winner. So from 40-15, we're back to deuce.
Yeah, it almost felt like she could have caught that last ball toss rather than going for the serve. Wasn't in a great position. That's a wild miss.
Advantage, Raducanu.
That's the forehand you were talking about. Can throw in those unforced errors.
And that is
Yeah.
because of the continental grip. You just struggle to get a natural topspin and a natural drop of the wrist in the take back.
So a few unforced errors off the racket of Anisimova, and it's Raducanu who breaks straight back. Back on serve, 3-2, first set.
It's 3 games to 2.
Okay.
Unusual couple of errors there from Anisimova. A really wild second serve to finish off that game, and just looked like she was feeling really comfortable. 40-15.
Yeah, that was that backhand return winner from Raducanu at 40-15, and then a double fault, a missed forehand, and a double fault. Big difference, 4-1 to 3-2. Beautiful picture there of Melbourne Park, and see at the bottom right hand of the screen, plenty of spectators looking to get inside and witness world-class tennis. It's a beautiful day here at Melbourne Park.
Time.
Currently 18 degrees. And it's 28 minutes of play, a number of breaks of serve in this women's singles second round.
From memory, I think there was 6 in a row in Raducanu's first match in the first set. So we're not quite there yet.
She's yet to hold. Maybe third time lucky here.
Lot 15.
second serve, 124 k's per hour.
Lot 30.
Giving Anisimova all the time in the world to unleash off that forehand side. Too good. Shots that last rally, and
15-30.
nice to see some shape on that ball from Raducanu's forehand, just giving her a little bit of extra time to dictate off that backhand side.
Don't even have time to see that coming.
And Raducanu's hit 56% of first serves in, but she's only winning 36% of those. So it just goes to show how well Anisimova's returning.
Of shots.
30-40.
Well, Laura, you would know this better than anyone. How do you know when to hit it and when to not? Because for Anisimova, she clearly thought that was going long. Are you better to hit it than just let it go?
Yeah, from the position that she was in, yeah.
Off a couple of break points, Raducanu.
And there's just been a few times where you can tell that Anisimova's decision-making is not quite at 100% yet. Of course, there's some tension. It's a Grand Slam match, as you would expect. Outside of the line.
Advantage Raducanu.
And hearing from Emma after the first round, she was saying, I just love to compete. I feel like I can play the big points well. Well, you certainly felt the deceleration on the second serve there.
114 k's per hour. Anisimova had all the time in the world on that forehand return. was that decision-making you were talking about, Laura.
Advantage, Raducanu.
Anisimova. An opportunity to take a 4-2 lead. Just can't afford to let those errors creep in.
Deuce.
Another long game. 7 minutes.
Advantage, Raducanu.
You saw the look to the coaching box from Anisimova there. It's a bit hit and miss right now. One winner, one return error.
Good fight back from Emma Raducanu. Holds for the first time in this first set. And we're tied at 3-all.
And 3 games all.
Swings and roundabouts at the moment.
Just when you think one player's getting on top, the other player fights back. It's a battle out there.
And just the reaction there, it feels like trying to release some tension. Good hustle. That's one area that Raducanu definitely has the edge in the movement department.
Love 15.
Anisimova, tall lady for sure, but I think sometimes she moves quite narrow with her stance. You don't see a lot of knee bend. A ball like that could get up to it slightly sharper, slightly more intense. Those small steps as you're setting up for the shot.
Love 30.
Misses. Gee, she had a good swing at it.
15, 30.
I think the average rally length
And 30.
in this match just over 3 shots. So really goes to show.
Slightly unsurprising.
Goes to show where the points won in the first, with the serve return and the next shot.
She's a different player when she's on the offensive, Anisimova. Her ability to hit winners from every area of the court when she has the time. I think that's just the key today for Raducanu to try and feed off when she has the time. If you can rush her, if you can put her in awkward situations, this one again doesn't move forward as well as she could have.
Advantage Anisimova.
Tough Raducanu. He's done a lot of balls and just making Anisimova play that one extra shot.
Deuce.
So the all-crucial 7th game here, 3-all, deuce.
We're 43 minutes in.
Advantage Raducanu.
So a point for Raducanu to get ahead in this first set. She gets the break, Raducanu. So she leads for the first time in this set, 4-3.
Raducanu is 4-3.
You're sensing, Laura, that when the moments are crucial, Emma's slightly got the upper hand.
Yeah, it feels that way.
In terms of just knowing how to play and keeping it, to me, it's the consistency.
Yeah, I think it was, you know, a long point like that where she's able to keep one extra ball in play and just hustle a little more than her opponent today. But there's a long way to go. We've had so many breaks of serve, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it definitely seems like she enjoys the challenge.
Spectators.
A few Brits abroad there.
I don't think it's that hot out there. Surely not.
Play time.
So this women's singles second round match between Emma Raducanu and Amanda Anisimova, and it has been tight. 46 minutes of play, a number of breaks of serve, but for the first time, Emma Raducanu is in the lead, looking to consolidate the break to take a 5-3 lead.
Love 15.
Good hustle there from Raducanu. Just not quite getting to that next shot. Oh, wow.
You just can't get a read on who's got the momentum here.
Love 30.
Raducanu only winning 50% of her first serve points still.
And she didn't have to hit it that hard. She's done so well, Anisimova, of playing through the middle of the return and deep. Again, giving away a free point.
Out. 30-40.
The coach of Emma Raducanu, watching on.
Deuce.
Some deep breaths needed.
Smart serve, just jamming up Anisimova off that backhand side. Get some good pop of that first serve, 172 Ks.
And I almost prefer it when she goes for that body one. When she goes for the wide serve on the deuce side, Anisimova's got that space with the forehand line.
She fights off a break point. Emma Raducanu consolidates the break and takes a 5-3 lead in this first set.
Raducanu is 5 games to 3.
This is dramatic score reading. As always with Mohamed Lalani.
The unforced errors are creeping up now. 16 for Amanda Anisimova.
Well, she's got to tell herself she could be up 5-3. The scoreline could be totally different, was points away. And just needs to practice a little more patience. And it's the footwork that's dropped off, hasn't it?
Absolutely, and you have to give credit to Raducanu. I mean, she was down and out, but you touched on it earlier, Laura. She just loves to compete and just playing every point as it is.
We've been talking about the points won off the first serve for Raducanu, but Anisimova, 53% herself. Tough goings. Yeah, I feel like she's got to play a few more of these points just to loosen up her body. Feels like her arm is getting so tight, and then she's getting taller and taller with her split step.
Beautifully struck there from Raducanu. Picked her spot, executed beautifully.
30-40.
Almost picked where that serve was going. And with that forehand winner, it gives her a set point. In 54 minutes, it is Emma Raducanu who runs away with this first set, 6-3. It's not like that forehand's missing by a little. It is missing by a big distance.
A big chunk.
Emma Raducanu, would you just keep peppering the forehand?
Yeah, we said at the start, Anisimova's backhand side much more consistent. So even though she's hit the 14 forehand winners, it's the unforced error count that they're all coming off that shot.
At 30-15.
Third double fault for the match for Emma Raducanu. again, jamming up that backhand side of Anisimova.
Yeah, throwing in a smart serve on a big point there. First game of the second, 30-all.
Deuce.
Some range in that forehand side that time.
Well, this second set was never going to be one-sided, given the way the first went. Anisimova not going anywhere.
She's had a number of breakpoint opportunities. Can she convert this time? So 3 double faults from Emma Raducanu, giving Anisimova a break in this second set. Oh, that's disappointing. All 3 double faults coming on that ad side.
Oh, just called for the doctor and the physio.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. That's for Emma Raducanu. That will be on the next change of ends.
Oh, I can't really see a physical issue. Maybe just the back. The double faults have crept in.
Et 50 là.
Raducanu's done that well, just slowing the pace down when she's on the stretch, playing a more defensive shot with a height over the net.
To me, it looks like Emma Raducanu is looking a little bit ginger. She's called for the doctor and the trainer for the next change of ends. Still hard to see what that might be, though.
Let for service. 14, 15.
Just caught the line so short in the box.
I think Amanda herself was a bit surprised.
Well, it looked like she was almost going to catch that ball toss because it was so far over her head. Committed to it anyway.
Two big serves there for Anisimova, and she's taken a 2-love lead in this second set.
Is 2 games to love.
That's the player box side for Raducanu. Just having a word. Looks like, yeah, with Nick Cavaday and Utaka there. Looks like she's grabbing at the left hip, but once the rally starts, Raducanu seems to be moving okay still, but that is the landing leg on the serve.
She looked like she moved pretty good out to that backhand side in that open stance. If it is that left thigh.
Thirteen.
16 forehand winners. And a total of 25 for Anisimova. So Raducanu under a little bit of pressure here on her serve.
Too good.
15-14.
She's certainly shown patches where she's so dangerous, Anisimova. Looks like she's not going to miss. Plenty of margin off that last backhand. 2 break points. And another break of serve for Amanda Anisimova. She leads 3-love, second set. Called for the trainer and the doctor. I'm just trying to get an idea of what that might be.
Yeah, in general, both the physio and the doctor will come out anyway, and then they do the assessment, and then the doctor is there on hand to maybe dish out some anti-inflammatories, some pain relief. Majority of the time it's the physio who's getting to work.
So as Laura touched on, they will assess the situation. I think as we suspected, it looks to be one or two of the thighs, possibly. mean, she didn't attempt to run for one of those balls, so to me it does look like it is that left thigh.
Yeah, they'll assess both legs. There's almost unlimited time for this assessment, but once the treatment starts, then you get the 3 minutes. And just in the background there, behind the doctor, is Pam Whitecross. Very experienced WTA supervisor. She's got an eye on everything. That's Mohamed Lalani.
What a start to the second set. Disappointing end to the first set after she did lead 3-1 with opportunities to take a fine lead and then lost 5 straight games in a row. She was back to business at the start of that second set after a flying start.
This does look like a treatment for more of a hip impingement. Just trying to release some of that pressure in the socket there by pulling down.
Looks like she's taking a couple of anti-inflammatories as well. Let's just have a look at the movement of Raducanu, and yes, you can see her almost just looking to her box and suggesting that there might be a little niggle. So this is the second round of the women's singles here at the 2025 Australian Open. Emma Raducanu just taking a medical timeout for a left thigh, left groin issue. Has been moving so well up until this point in the match as her coach and fitness trainer look on. Tough when you're sitting out there. There's not much you can do, is there? You just have to simply sit and wait and assess the situation and somehow get behind your player.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's totally sort of unknown. You don't know until the match is finished and you start to cool down actually what's happening and how good or bad it is. It's very hard to make an assessment when you're warm and you may be still a little inflamed.
So there's 1 minute left of this medical timeout. And a beautiful shot there of Melbourne Park. So much to see and do. So if you're not watching the tennis, then you can get about the grounds and go for a little shop, have a coffee, have a bite to eat. And have a look at a lot of those activations on offer for the spectators. Amanda Anisimova is just taking a few serves, not wanting to lose that momentum that she's had at the start of the second set. It's been a topsy-turvy match. Plenty of breaks of serve.
She's not allowed to serve with the match balls. They have to get out different practice balls if she wants to get out and serve. But, you know, there's no point at this moment in time as the medical timeout has finished anyway. Let's get back to it.
Time.
Okay, so Amanda Anisimova will be serving here at 3-love in this second set. First set to Raducanu.
15 all.
A bit of a delay ahead of serving here for Anisimova. She did get up early from the changeover.
So the second time Anisimova's been called for a foot fault in this match.
Moving okay out to that one.
At 15-30.
Expect Raducanu to go for broke here, just to try and keep the point short.
So 2 break points for Raducanu to get on the board here.
And 30-40.
Gets on the board, Raducanu. Another break of serve. She certainly went for her shots in that last game, Raducanu.
Well, the positive is that we've seen her really on the stretch on that outside leg, loading in to the left side. And just the fact that you can do that means she's probably going to keep going here. Again, the body serve on the deuce side. Anisimova just can't decide whether to play it as a forehand or a backhand even.
Oh, smart play, certainly a serve that she should keep using. It's won a number of points off that body serve.
Well, if you're Anisimova here, you just can't afford to overplay like that. I'm sure she's well aware of what's going on down the other end of the net. Returns in, the most important thing. It's really difficult sometimes, though, when you know that you should be making your opponent move.
15.
And you feel like you need to go for too much. And you get away from the tactics that got her this 3-love lead in the first place.
So a couple of points now for Raducanu to near in this second set. So another battle here. Raducanu, 2 straight games. Anisimova leads 3-2, second set.
3-2.
She played 3 solid games. Anisimova. And the last 2 games, again, those unforced errors creep in. Loose errors, poor choices. And then before you know it, Raducanu back in it.
Back in it, and another positive again for Raducanu. She's not asked for the trainer to come back out. They're allowed to come on one more time, just in the changeover for some additional treatment. And she's not gone for it here.
Not now. Later on, maybe she wants yes. Yeah.
So this is where we are, Kia Arena, for this women's singles second round match between Emma Raducanu and Amanda Anisimova. It's been a long match so far, 1 hour and 21 minutes.
Time.
Two straight games now for Emma Raducanu. Trailed love 3 in the second set, but she's fought back as she did in the first set. How will Amanda Anisimova respond?
Love 15.
Anisimova has now notched up 28 unforced errors in this match.
But her game's kind of gone to pieces a little here.
Love 30.
Find the range, and you see the look over to the coaching box. Is feeling
Love 40.
perhaps a little lost with what to do.
Ball to go for.
15, 40.
Just not quite getting around that last forehand.
goodness.
Raducanu.
7th double fault of the match for Anisimova.
So 3 games all. Seems to be a bit of a pattern for Anisimova. She was leading in the first set, leading in the second set. Just really needs to understand how to raise that level.
It's like her arms just locked up though. And it is so tough when you're putting pressure on yourself. You feel like you've got the lead to keep that energy up.
And the last 3 games that she has lost has purely been off her own racket.
And she is such a quality player, but just seems to have forgotten the footwork to go along with that.
The service.
Seems to have lost her game plan. She just looks a bit confused in terms of what to do.
Struggling to win points here.
Yeah. Okay, that was better. Started the point. Nice deep return off the backhand. What a shot that is of Cain Arena. Beautiful stadium.
Yeah, needed that. And you come on to go along with it.
Plays better when she's a little bit frustrated with herself, Anisimova.
I'm sure she's disappointed with the last 3 games and how she's almost given them away. Now using the frustration.
New balls, please.
So breaker serve. Anisimova back up in this second set. 4 games to 3.
Yes, please now. Yeah.
Anisimova is 4 games to 3.
And the trainer now coming on again for Raducanu.
To me, it seems she hasn't been all that hindered by that left leg issue, which is a good sign. Maybe just getting a little bit more treatment to keep it loose. These anti-inflammatories would have kicked in by now, added with some adrenaline, no doubt. This match almost notching up an hour and a half of play. So many breaks of serve, lots of fans in the stands.
Time.
So it will be Amanda Anisimova to try and consolidate the last break of serve. She did lead 3-love in this second set. Raducanu fought back. this second set.
And 13 down.
That was the right ball to attack on.
Yeah,
again, not having to paint the lines.
Well, you'd still prefer to see that kind of miss than what we've seen previously with just the forehand sailing long. At least she's accelerating into the shot. Careful move from Raducanu there.
And 30.
This is a huge point.
Smart play there from Raducanu. Getting a lot of height and shape off that backhand return. Break point. And another unforced error for Amanda Anisimova. Just clearly not happy with herself after playing such a great game at 3-all.
4 games over.
And then again, that unforced error count creeping up, 35 for this match.
I honestly don't know what's next. Anisimova looking at the racket, maybe looking for something to blame here.
Okay, that helps. I mean, she can produce that last backhand, which was a lot harder than the previous backhand she missed. It's just, it's hard to know when she throws in those types of shots.
It's almost working better when she's not having to think about what shot to play, when it's just almost a reflex. Raducanu's just getting balls in here. Doing enough.
And 30, 15.
where she's won so many of her points,
30.
Anisimova, inside the court, but also playing with that controlled aggression. Hustles for every single ball, Raducanu. It was that low slice, wasn't it, Laura, that Anisimova just does not get her legs under that ball.
Yeah, struggled with it all day. And you just see still a touch high on the legs and almost closed off her body with playing a close stance backhand there.
She keeps fighting on, Emma Raducanu. She's a set in 5-4.
Raducanu.
Well, she did say she loves to compete. That's exactly what we've seen.
And yeah, you have to give her credit. I mean, she's down and out. She hustles for every single ball. She's up. She knows how to play with the lead. I mean, she hasn't done anything spectacular. She's just made Anisimova play.
Yeah, I mean, Raducanu's numbers, she's hit 10 winners today. That's quite low for her, but just recognizing that Anisimova is throwing in so many unforced errors that you don't have to do too much. You can afford to just be patient. Rely on your ability to move side to side. And take your chances when you do get in an offensive position.
So we're getting to the tipping point of this second set, 42 minutes of play. And Amanda Anisimova will be serving to stay in this match.
On a roll here, Raducanu.
Love 15.
Knows exactly how important that first point was. Getting plenty of spin on that serve. See how it jumps up high above Raducanu's shoulders. Landing too short there.
And 30, 15.
It needs to go back cross court.
And 30. 30.
Point of the match there from Emma Raducanu. Last rally there, 18 shots, and just when you think she's out and about of that point,
Deuce.
just finds a racket to every single ball.
Read it correctly. Picked the right side.
Advantage, Anisimova.
I think it's harder sitting and watching
Oh,
than it is
without a
playing.
doubt.
Slightly mistimed.
Deuce.
Continues to go for it, doesn't she? She's not holding back.
A brave moment to go for the drive volley.
Great hold there from Anisimova. And tied in the second set, 5 games all.
5 games all.
Just taking a few deep breaths.
It's a big game to come through. A few juices under the pump on the scoreboard.
Serve was 112 kilometres per hour. Anisimova had so much time, almost too much time.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Too much time to think about where to go rather than just cutting off the angle and taking that return even earlier.
Beautiful.
slice serve out wide has saved her many a time today.
30-15.
And it's so much more effective when it is the slice rather than when she's trying to hit it flat out wide, because you see Anisimova on the stretch opens up the racket face with her return.
It's 2 backhand down line winners in this game for Anisimova. Raducanu just has to be careful she doesn't get too passive here.
Three backhand winners.
At 13-14.
Good ball striking there from Raducanu.
Deuce.
With that backhand return, got out to that forehand quickly. 5-all deuce. And there's that body serve.
Advantage, Raducanu.
It's worked time and time again. Where does she go on this point? Surely not out wide.
Let for service.
She holds her nerve.
Raducanu.
Emma Raducanu. She's a set and 6-5.
What a turnaround.
Yeah. I was holding my breath. I just didn't know which way that game would go. You look at the time for each set. 54 minutes for the first set, 55 minutes for the second set. It has been so tight.
But again, another up and down game for Anisimova. You've unleashed a couple of backhand winners, more than a couple in that game, and then it's finished with a backhand return that's just barely near the top of the net. It's very tough for her to find the rhythm now. You know, you're coming out to serve to stay in the match, but actually you've got no almost cohesiveness in your game.
Time.
The tipping point of this second set. Amanda Anisimova serving to keep her hopes alive here at the Australian Open.
Titila.
Anisimova doing slightly better on the first serve points won in this set, up at 65%. Oh, that's a great hustle from Anisimova.
13
One of the best points we've seen from her all match was digging it out.
Just anticipated so well off that last forehand.
Thirty, 15.
She's not going down without a fight, Raducanu.
30 all.
And I love the change of speed off the slower angle from Anisimova. Raducanu ripping into the forehand back cross court.
What a turn to start the point, and then those ground strokes from Raducanu.
30, 14.
With that forehand winner, that gives Emma Raducanu a match point. And she's got the win. Emma Raducanu, you are a fighter.
7-5.
In 1 hour and 54 minutes, she's through to the third round at the Australian Open for the very first time. What a battle that was. She was down in the first set, she was down in the second set, and just managed to find a way today.
I don't think she even understands how she's managed to dig that out in 2 sets.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
That was a topsy-turvy matchup, much like her first round, but finds her best tennis, competes so well when it matters most on the big points, just has that inner belief, and did an incredible job at keeping balls in play against Anisimova, who was great at times. At times being the key phrase there. And she just couldn't find the consistency that was needed today. And I think we'll be walking off thinking, what if I could have just cut down on a few unforced errors? But huge, huge credit to Raducanu for hanging tough.
She was 3-1 down with points to go down 4-1. Came back and won 5 straight games. Again down in the second and just found a way. So let's hear what she has to say and how she got through that match.
Well, congratulations, Emma. You are through to the 3rd round of the Australian Open for the first time.
Thank you so much. I mean, this is a slam that I love playing at, so to make it past the 2nd round means a lot to me, and I get to play another match. I thought the support was so good. It was an amazing atmosphere today and in my 1st round match, and I just can't wait to play again in front of you guys, so thank you so much for your support.
Well, you were playing your friend off the court, Amanda, and you said that it was going to be a challenge. It certainly was. Even though it was a straight sets victory, it was still a hard-fought match.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly difficult. I think whenever you play a friend, it adds another dimension to the match, and not necessarily a pleasant one. So it's really difficult to put all things off court aside, but I think I managed to do a great job today, and she's such an amazing opponent, had so many big wins, so I knew I really had to, fight hard, raise my game, and not go away in the 2nd set, even when the chips were down. So yeah, I'm just really pleased, and I wish her all the best.
Amanda came out and she broke you early in that 1st set, and you broke back and you went and sat down on the bench, and you almost looked like you were laughing to yourself and with your team. It looked like you just relaxed after that moment.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it was tricky today. It was a little bit windy, a bit blustery. There was like sun on one side, but we both had to deal with that. And I think both in patches had some maybe moments with our serve. I think the way that I managed to regroup and kind of get it going a little bit towards the end of the 1st I was pretty proud of that. But yeah, I think sometimes it's better to kind of just like breathe it off, laugh it off, rather than get stressed out about it.
Well, you had that injury going into Auckland, the back, that you had to pull out of the Auckland Classic, and then you've come here that 1st round. Spoke about your serve then with that injury, had the injury timeout. How is the body holding up? Do you think going further into the competition you'll start to get a bit more confidence?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I haven't played a match in a very long time, so then to play my 1st round against such a top opponent, and yeah, I think the way I play is pretty athletic, so I use my body a lot, and same again today. So yeah, I mean, I was feeling it a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad I have a little bit of time to recover before my next round.
Well, you have taken on some top-ranked players so far in these first 2 rounds. You have a pretty good player up against next. You've got Iga Swiatek. Talk to us about that matchup.
I think the crowd likes it. Yeah, of course, it'll be a very good match for me. Every match I can play against these top opponents. I'm loving it. It's another opportunity to test my game, see where I'm at, and yeah, I mean, we've played twice before on clay, so let's see on hard court. But yeah, I think obviously she's achieved so much already, and I think going into it, I have nothing to lose. I'm just going to swing. I'm going to give it my best, and I can't wait to play in front of you guys.
Well, congratulations, Emma. You are through to that 3rd round for the first time. Good luck in that matchup.
Thank you very much.
She loves playing.